Greetings, all of my brothers and sisters, believers and non-believers, and brothers in Christ. Today I'm going to be talking about spiritual warfare, which is being played out in front of us right now in real time. And this is a battle of good versus evil. And it's not a battle of Republican versus Democrat, Trump versus Biden, but this is a battle of spiritual warfare for your soul. You might be interesting to note that the Latin definition for the word left is sinister. And what the word left and sinister mean is basically evil. Now, if we take a look at why the left is associated with evil agendas which are being promoted right now, I think it's no secret. It is because they are sinister, and by its definition means evil. Now, if we take the other word, right, which is Latin, and the word for right in Latin is ius. Now, it's kind of interesting to note that ius kind of sounds like I plus US. I is an individual and US in the United States. Now, hang on to that thought for a minute, because the political right, its plura, is iura, which means in Latin, a citizen's right, civis, was entitled by his citizenship, meaning that the political right values the individual and the individual's right under and based on their citizenship. Okay? Versus the left, which is associated with evil. So it's interesting to make note of these, that when you look at the left, the true definition is political sinestrum, and which means evil left. So because the left is always associated with evil, America, along with many other countries now, has been reduced to two political parties. We have the good party, which represents God and Jesus, and we have the evil party, which represents Satan, Lucifer. And if you're familiar with biblical prophecy, you have probably noticed prophecy is being fulfilled right in front of us in real time right now. A good example would be 2 Timothy. And in Paul's letter to Timothy, a young apostle that was studying under Paul, Paul says this, and he says, "But understand this, in the last days difficult times will come, for people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, arrogant, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, unloving, irreconcilable slanderers without self-control, savage, opposed to what is good, treacherous, reckless, conceited, and loving pleasure rather than God. They will maintain the outward appearance of religion, but will have repudiated its power. So avoid people like these. For some insinuate themselves into households, captive with weak women who are overwhelmed with sin and led along by various passions." And what Paul was saying was not exclusively to women, but to people overall who are weak and easily deceived to be brought into following the sins or their passions, or easily misled by the agendas of the left. Kind of a rallying cry of saying, you're disenfranchised, you're different, you don't fit in, you'll fit in with us. So no matter what you believe in, nothing's wrong, you'll fit in with us. You can't do any wrong, you'll fit in with us. And this is how the left grabs their power base. And what they do is they will indoctrinate people early on in life. So by the time a person gets to the age of reasoning, they won't be able to reason. They will have been indoctrinated and brainwashed to the point where They're confused and they're disoriented, whether it be gender identity, political identity, their relationship with God, or their religious identities. We're all on a mission here. And our mission is to be there for people as they come seeking in this time of end time prophecy being fulfilled. And just as God sent his prophets and Jesus who sent his disciples and apostles, so do we need to be ready for the day. And that day is near, and many will be seeking the one true God. So they will look up to the people who they know aren't afraid to profess their faith in the one true God. And hopefully that seed will be planted, because many are going to be coming, and that day, as I say, is soon. I can tell you this much. In 2017, I had a series of 3 visions, and I didn't know what those visions were at that time or why I was being shown them. But I can tell you this much. It's as real, and it's ready, and it's going to be happening soon. The table is set, and the feast is ready to be served. So give thanks and praise to Jesus that you have an opportunity to become part of God's family. Please take that opportunity and do it soon. And thank you, brothers and sisters. We'll be talking again soon.